So let's compare the pros and cons of the Pixel 9 from Google and the Galaxy S24 FE from Samsung. I think this is going to be an interesting comparison. These are 2024 devices, but we're coming at different price points. So let's take a look. So right off the bat, the Pixel 9 is the flagship type of device compared to the mid-range aka budget Galaxy S24 FE, which is, the budget-minded S24, variant. So let's go ahead. Both of these are 2024 devices. They launched back to back in August and September of 2024. And first off, let's talk about the price, and it's pretty interesting. The standard prices on these devices are $800 for the Pixel if you get it brand new from Google. And then the FE is $650, and you can get that from Amazon and Samsung, pretty much brand new. But you could also find the prices on the Pixel 9 used, not even used, in the third-party market. Like SwapUp, for example, you can get it brand new for like $550. So yeah, the Pixel for some reason is already you can get it for a low price, brand new. And also you can get it for example, $400 and prepaid. So you could take your pick, but if you get it straight from Google, it's $800. So yeah, it's kind of hard to even speak about the prices, but in general, you can find the Google Pixel with a really good deal. But anyways, let's get into that more later. But let's go ahead and talk about the differences, the pros and cons of these devices. So overall size, the Pixel is the more smaller, compact device. The FE is the bigger plus type of phone. It's, not only is it just overall bigger, but it's also way heavier. 213 grams versus 198 on the Pixel. So overall size and weight, the Pixel is more friendly to your pocket and to your hand. Build quality are good on both of these. Glass on the front and back, and aluminum frame on both. So it's a tie right there. The budget FE is, that's it feels like a flagship, although it is supposed to be a budget S24. Both of these have eSIM and nano SIM, so it's a tie right there. Both have IP68 dust and water resistance. Both of these have 120 hertz screen refresh rate, which is nice. It's a little bit brighter on the screen for the Pixel 9. Overall size of the display, though, is going to be different. Obviously, you have a 6.3-inch display, which is smaller than the big 6.7-inch on the Samsung. Both have 1080p displays, except you get a better resolution on the Pixel, just a little bit. And you get the always-on display on the Pixel. So that's probably going to be the first difference besides the overall size, is going to be the always-on display on the Pixel. It's an advantage there. Another advantage also is probably going to be you get smaller bezels overall on the Galaxy, just a little bit better. 88% screen to body ratio versus 86% on the Pixel 9. As for software, they're the same but different. Both are running Android 14. Both will get several years of updates. But you got Samsung UI on top of Android on the Galaxy, and that's a personal preference. But if you like it, you like to customize, you like the extra apps that it has, the extra features like mirror cast. That's one of my personal favorites. You can cast directly to like a Roku or a Chromecast without much trouble. So I think that's an advantage there. And then people just like the overall. Some people like the overall customized apps and icons and themes of the Samsung. But if you like the stock Android version, nothing extra, straight to the point, very fast and fluid, then the Pixel 9 is obviously going to be your choice. But it's a personal preference. I think it's kind of a tie when it comes to software updates, because Android really doesn't offer a lot of new stuff that's groundbreaking. But anyways, that's one major difference you'll feel off the bat. Next is storage. Both of these have 128 gigs. of internal storage. Neither of these have have expandable storage. For the chipset, both of these have a pretty good setup. Tensor G4 on the Pixel 9 is very fast. Pretty much flagship. Phone will run very fluidly no matter what app you throw at it, although you will get hiccups in high-end gaming. The Galaxy S24 FE has a more of a mid-range processor, but again, everyday apps on both of these devices, for most people, 95% of people out there, are not going to notice a difference, and they'll both be speedy. For RAM, you got 12 gigs on the Pixel 9, very impressive. 8 gigs of RAM on the Galaxy. Again, you're not gonna really notice that difference for most people. Now, the camera situation is interesting because both of these are good. They're very good, but at different price points. So the Pixel 9 and the Pixel line in general always has good cameras. It has 2 cameras on the back, 50 megapixel main shooter, 48 megapixel ultra wide. Now the Samsung is more interesting. The S24 FE comes in at a lower price, but you get 3 cameras on the back, very good setup. 50 megapixel main shooter, 8 megapixel telephoto, 12 megapixel ultra wide. So you're getting that extra telephoto lens, and also this phone shoots an 8K video. So we have a very impressive camera setup on the Samsung. But I also want to make the point that Pixel phones usually are the best. People prefer those a lot of the times to have the best camera in the Android game. But Samsung is no slouch either, and you're getting that extra telephoto lens. So yeah, that's pretty nice on the Samsung side of things. But it's safe to say that both of these phones will shoot pictures and videos very nicely. Selfie camera also, both of these shoot in 4K. Neither of these come with a headphone jack. Both have 5.3 Bluetooth, NFC, USB Type-C for charging. Both of these have fingerprint readers under the screen, but the Pixel 9 has the ultrasonic fingerprint reader, which is supposed to be a little bit faster, a little bit more reliable, while the FE, the Samsung, has the optical fingerprint reader. So I don't think most people will notice a difference, but you know, there'll be a few times where you'll probably maybe notice that it's better on the Pixel phone. You also have Samsung DeX, if that's your thing, on the Galaxy. That's pretty much an extra. You could use the phone as a desktop computer almost, connecting it to a monitor. Battery-wise, both of these have 4,700 milliamp batteries, and it's safe to say they'll last you all day. Both have similar wired charging, what is mediocre, 27, 25 watts respectively. Both will charge 50% in 30 minutes. And both of these offer wireless charging and reverse wireless charging as well. So it's safe to say both of these have great battery life and charging speeds. So going back to pricing, so we've gone through all the specs, and it's safe to say these are both impressive devices in their own right. They compare very nice to each other, but there are some differences that stand out. And let's talk about it. I mean, the Pixel 9 is a pure flagship device. It has premium feel, it has a premium price, and the camera is pretty much unmatched. But the Galaxy line on Samsung is the same price as the Pixel 9, but this is supposed to be the budget Galaxy S24. And with being a budget, mid-range, the price is going to be cheaper. But it seems that Samsung has really made some great moves in not really compromising what makes a S24 good and moving it down those features to a more budget price. Now, the Galaxy may not be for you, the S24 FE, if you don't like big phones. That's one stark difference between these. The Pixel is more pocket friendly, but it is impressive that it has a good build quality. The Samsung, it has thinner bezels, and the camera is matched pretty much evenly with that extra telephoto lens. So that's one thing that is very important in a phone, is that the camera is competing very well with the Pixel 9's camera. And really what it comes down to is going to be your preference of stock Android versus Samsung's UI. And both of these will get updates, but I don't really care about the updates that much because Android has been lacking. They haven't really had anything game-changing lately. But yeah, other than that, it is a solid setup. Both of these phones are very, very nice. But the thing that throws a wrench in this whole discussion is I would get, if it was $800 phone versus $650 phone, I would pick the S24 FE for sure. But if you could find the Pixel 9 for you can get it for like $550 on the third party market, brand new, or if you can get it for as low as $400, like I found it on Mint Mobile when you switch over your number and they give you a year of service at $15 a month, which basically is a hell of a deal. So the Pixel 9 loses if it's full price. It's not worth $800. The S24 FE, $650 is actually not bad. If you like the Samsung UI, this is the phone to get because it has pretty much all the features of the S24 and the camera setup, but it doesn't cost that much. But the only other thing, though, is that it's a bigger device overall. So that's something to consider. The size of these devices and the price. And then the camera, you get the extra camera on the S24 FE. Those are the things you got to consider. So yeah, it is, I'd pick the Pixel if it was cheaper, the S24 if you care about, if you care about pure price, fully unlocked, and you don't mind having a big phone, you're going to save some money. So that's been my comparison of the Pixel 9 and the S24 FE.